Hello everyone! Today we are discussing the skiing at Alta. Remember that Alta is a ski-only mountain, so when I say the skiing, I mean it. Today you'll learn about the lifts and trails, avoiding the crowds, and other tricks I've picked up from skiing Alta. Don't forget to check out Part 3A with general information, and Part 3C about Albion and Sugarloaf. Welcome to Part 2 of An Insider's Guide to Ski Resorts, Alta. If you watched the first part of the Alta Insider's Guide, you'll remember that Alta has two base areas, Wildcat here on the right, and Albion here on the left. Today, we'll start at Wildcat. Coming out of Wildcat Base are the namesake Wildcat Lift and the Collins Lift. Also there is the transfer toe if you want to go to Albion, or, if you recall from Part 1, Lodge, Rustler, or Snowpine. The top of the Wildcat area, here, is very wide open and bowl-like. Aggie's Alley requires a little bit of traverse across here, but is otherwise a nice run. Stimulation here and Johnson's Warm-Up, known just as Warm-Up, are steep but otherwise nothing too crazy. All of these, from Bear Paw to Westward Ho, are more mogulled. Because the Wildcat Lift is just a double, the runs in the Wildcat area are usually less busy than other areas. If you base out of Wildcat, I would suggest lapping this terrain in the morning because Collins and its terrain will be much more busy. Shown here on the map as a blue, High Main Street is designated on the mountain as a black. It is generally left ungroomed and is relatively steep. If you're sticking to blues, go around it on Mambo. These blacks from Sunspot to Spring Valley are mogul runs. Over here is the ballroom. I've never been when ballroom's open, so I can only infer, but it looks like some nice bowl terrain similar to China Bowl if you skied Vail. You can keep traversing to a steeper open terrain area, the shoulder, here. Alta has future plans to add a small tram to access Mount Baldy in this terrain. Alta is known for its steeps and deeps. All of these from high nowhere going all the way up to Columbine fit this fame, being chutes, moguls, or both. Alta has no double black diamond terrain designation. Therefore, some blacks may be way easier than others. For example, maybe you can do Jake's and No Name just fine, but Regal Chute is a whole different story. Try to see what you're getting into from the chairlift if you're unsure about the run you plan to take. And then, of course, there's Mambo. Mambo is the main run in the Collins area. Mambo, along with Low Main Street and Strawberry, is a nice groomer. Past the Angle Station, you can ski back down Meadow and Corkscrew, which are groomed blues, or Nina and Collins Face, which are groomed blacks. I would personally recommend skiing Collins in the afternoon when the line has died down a little. If you want to make a day out of just the Wildcat side, then do Wildcat before lunch and Collins after. This Angle Station at Collins does technically have loading, but it's terribly inconsistent. After 11, every 10th chair is supposed to be empty for loading the Angle Station, but the only method is a lift operator asking people to wait. If you will be first or second in line, I would say go for it, but otherwise I would recommend skiing all the way down and getting on at the bottom. There is no unloading at the mid-station. Located next to the Angle Station is Watson's Shelter. This is one place you can get food on mountain. In my general information video, I discussed my thoughts on the lunch situation, so go check out that video for that information. You've probably noticed by now these three red boxes that say Snowbird Gate. These three gates are where you can ski from Alta to the neighboring ski area, Snowbird. If you have an Icon Pass or an Alta Bird Interconnect Pass, you can go through these gates and ski both resorts. White Cliffs and Keyhole both drop you onto cliffs and chutes on the Snowbird side. This Sugarloaf Pass drops you onto blue terrain in Snowbird's mineral basin. Also, this Black Track Traverse will get you close to Snowbird. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it connects to a Snowbird trail, but rather to a bus stop or something. I'm also unsure if you can get back to Alta from Snowbird through Keyhole and White Cliffs. I do know that you are able to get back to Alta through Sugarloaf Pass. That should be all for Wildcat at Alta. Be sure to check out Part 3 about the Albion and Sugarloaf side, and Part 1 if you haven't already for general information. Leave any questions you have down below. All my love. I'm out.